Trump didn't just use tariffs to fix trade. He also used them to protect America, to squeeze our enemies, and of course, secure our border. Now the Supreme Court is stepping in, asking if he ever had that power in the first place. They're skeptical, by the way, not good for the Trump administration. They're looking at a 1977 emergency law that Trump used to justify the move on tariffs. Critics say that law was never meant to give a president this much control. Well, join us now to break it all down is retired Navy captain, California State Senate candidate as well, Armen Kurdi. And Armen, good to have you here on the West Coast. So, look, if the court takes that power away, you wonder what it means for national security for the next president. I know they're looking at this as the Supreme Court is saying basically that a tariff is a tax. And so I have a feeling they're going to strike this down or at least curtail it a little bit. What's your take? Good morning to you.
Good morning, David, Dr. Gina, and Terrence. So the tariff situation in China is less predictable than the weather. In fact, the Prime Minister gets an hour brief every day, much like a weather forecast about what tariffs might or may not be over the next few days. Look, the International Economic Powers Act is there for a reason, and it's been law for nearly 50 years. So they're not going to strike it down. I think what they're going to do is they're going to strike a balance, and it's probably going to be the right one. When it comes to an emergency response, when it comes to say you know, uh, somebody who's acting very badly, where there is a serious national security issue, I think the president is going to still have that power to impose a tariff as a punitive measure. Now, when it comes to simple economic or trade policies, I think they're going to be a lot more narrow-minded. And frankly, I think that's probably the right rule because it is, in essence, a tax. It is costing money, whether it's an American company, whoever is actually going to impose it. It does preserve congressional authority, but the court, I think, should, and rightly so, preserve the president's ability to impose a tariff if there is a serious situation or to compel a type of behavior. Like you said, look, India and Pakistan, if you guys don't come to the table, then I'm going to impose a 100% tariff. You're not going to be able to put your goods into the U.S. and say, oh, okay, well, let's come to the table. And I think they're going to be able to prove that just based on the outcomes that he has received by doing that.